Namaskar. Welcome to Sadhya podcast on social issues and social justice. Today's topic is tribals in India. Let us understand its importance, crisis, and the government's role. The World Tribal Day is celebrated every year on 9th of August, which is also called International Day of the World's Indigenous People. This year's theme on World's Tribal Day was We Leave No One Behind. Now, let us understand the historical significances of World Tribals Day. The International Day of the World's Indigenous People on 9th August was first pronounced by General Assembly of the United Nations in December 1994 and celebrated International Decade of World's Indigenous People between 1995 to 2004 with different nations to spread the UN's message on indigenous people, which includes educational forums and classroom activities for appreciation and better understanding of indigenous people. First meeting in 1982, UN Working Group on Indigenous Population of Subcommission on Promotion and Protection of Human Rights. Let us understand what is the definition of indigenous people. Considering the diversity of indigenous people, an official definition of indigenous has not been adopted by any UN system body. There are over 476 million indigenous people living in 90 countries across the world, accounting for 6.2% of the global population. They have unique language, knowledge systems, beliefs, possesses invaluable knowledge of practices for sustainable management of natural resources, a special relation to and use of their traditional land. Their ancestral land has a fundamental importance. They hold diverse concepts of development based on traditional values, vision, needs, and priorities. Now, let us understand the tribal groups in India. India is melting pot of races and tribes. India has largest and diverse tribal population in the world as per 2011 census, which is 104 million or 8.6% of the total population. Madhya Pradesh and Lakshadweep has got the highest number of population of tribal people. Almost 700 tribal groups and out of 775 particularly vulnerable tribal groups, and Gonds are the largest tribal groups in India and largest number of tribal communities in Odisha. Smallest tribes are Andamanis, only 19 member. No notified tribe in Haryana, Punjab, Chandigarh, Delhi, and Pondicherry. Now, let us understand tribal issues in post-independent India. B.K. Roy Burman's survey shows that tribal are the most backward. The rate of literacy is low and their economy is primitive. In as many as 285 talukas, they constitute 50% or more of that total population. Tribal situation is not uniform in all parts of India. In Northeast, situation has been disturbed by several years, whereas in Central India, problem related to poverty, unemployment, indebtedness, backwardness, and ignorance are acute. Tribals of Northeast have high level of politicization, literacy, and high standard of living compared to other counterparts in other parts. Now let us understand the challenges. First, geographically separated from rest of the India. Second, culturally different from civilized people. Third, custom bound, superstitious, meaningless and harmful habits, child marriage, infanticide, homicide, black magic. Fourth, they are economically poor, exploited by zamindars, landlords, 90% unprofitable agriculture, unemployment and underemployment. Fifth, 80% of people are illiterate, unable to appreciate modern concept of health and sanitization. Now, let us understand the constitution and legal rights of tribals in India. Article 342, subclause 1 says that President with consultation of governor by a public notification specify the tribes or tribal communities or parts of or groups within tribes or tribal communities as scheduled tribe in relation to that state or union territory. Article 15 says that no discrimination on religion, race, caste, sex, or birthplace. Article 16 says that equality of opportunity at public employment, whereas Article 46 it says that promotion of educational and economic interest of scheduled caste, scheduled tribe, and other weaker sections. Article 335 it claims that scheduled caste and scheduled tribes to services and posts. Article 338A a National Commission for Scheduled Tribe has been set up. Fifth and sixth schedule the administration and control of scheduled and tribal areas. Let us look into the legal provisions. First, Protection of Civil Rights Act 1955. It protects rights against untouchability. Second, Scheduled Caste and Scheduled Tribes. Prevention of Atrocities Act 1989. It prevents offences of atrocities against SCs and STs. Third, Provisions of the Panchayat. That was extension to the Scheduled Areas Act 1996, which was in the part 9th of the Constitution provision to Panchayat to the scheduled area. Fourth, Scheduled Tribes and Other Traditional Forest Developer, which are Recognition of Forest Rights Act 2006, recognizes rights of scheduled tribe and other forest dwellers. Let me tell you the important committees related to tribal communities. First, Lokur Committee in 1965. It advised government on states and UTs proposal to revive existing SCs and STs lists in rational and scientific manner. Second, Bhuria Commission of 2002 and 2004, investigating and reporting on the problems of STs in India, framed comprehensive tribal policy and future vision for STs. Third, Zaza Committee of 2013 to provide socio-economic, health and educational status of tribal communities in India. Let us see the government initiatives. First, TRIFED. TRIFED is a national level apex organization, administrative control of the Ministry of Tribal Affairs, has schemes such as MSP for MF or Tribe Food. Pradhan Mantri Wan Dhan Yojana, capacity building initiative to empowering tribal Panchayati Raj institution, 1000 Spring initiative, an online portal on GIS based Spring Atlas, digital transformation of tribal school, first phase which was 250 Ekalavya model residential school adopted by Microsoft. Now let us look at the way forward. First, to create infrastructure and road connectivity. Second, skill development program customized to the local tribal markets. Third, direct benefit transfer in tribal areas by universal service obligation funds plus effective monitoring. Fourth, exploitation of tribals by the non-tribal and foreign has to be checked. And last but not the least, fifth, the government and academic institution, local civil societies, indigenous community-based organization should collectively strengthen at community and territory level via communication materials, urgent health care service centers with an analysis of specific region-specific vulnerability and long-term well-being. Now, we hope that you have understood the importance, crisis of tribals in India. Thank you so much for your time. I shall see you in my next podcast with new topic. Please do like, share, subscribe and comment. Thank you so much. Jai Hind, Jai Bharat.